What you're looking at is one of the most unusual tree removal jobs imaginable. A dead tree is growing directly through a deck, and before this job is over, the crew will have to figure out whether the tree is trapped inside the structure or if it can be removed without causing damage. From the ground, it's almost impossible to tell how deeply this tree is connected to the deck. If the wood has expanded around the boards over time, removing it could become a much bigger challenge than expected. According to reports from the property, a storm severely damaged both the tree and the deck years ago. The surprising part is that the deck may have been rebuilt around an already dead tree, creating a strange situation that now requires careful dismantling. The climber begins with the safest sections first, removing lightweight branches over open grass. It's a smart approach that allows him to establish control before moving over areas where mistakes could become expensive. As the branches get larger, every cut demands more precision. A falling limb doesn't have to be huge to cause serious damage when a house and deck are directly beneath the work area. One challenge here is the awkward positioning. Many of these pieces need to be supported by hand while being cut free, requiring careful balance between control and safety. Adding to the difficulty, this backyard offers very limited access. Materials, equipment, and debris all have to move through tight spaces, making logistics almost as challenging as the tree removal itself. Even though cleanup isn't the primary focus of this job, planning where debris lands remains important. Every piece removed now can save significant effort later. The aerial lift becomes a major advantage. It allows the operator to position himself precisely where he needs to be while maintaining a better working angle around the structure. Notice how the wood becomes thicker as the removal progresses toward the trunk. Larger wood means more weight, more momentum, and less room for error. Despite the serious nature of the work, maintaining a positive atmosphere helps crews stay focused during long, physically demanding jobs like this one. These are some of the few sections that can be dropped freely. Most of the remaining pieces will need to be carefully guided to avoid striking the deck or nearby buildings. Now the operation enters its most technical phase. The closer the cuts move toward the main stem, the more critical every decision becomes. Working with a chainsaw at height always carries risk. Professional crews rely on training, proper equipment, and emergency preparedness to manage those hazards. The camera angle here provides an excellent perspective of the work zone. It gives viewers a clear understanding of just how little margin for error exists. The crew continues removing material section by section. While it may seem slow, controlled progress is often the fastest way to complete complex removals safely. After spending considerable time cutting small pieces, the temptation grows to remove larger sections. Bigger cuts can save time, but they also increase the consequences if something doesn't go as planned. Watch this next section carefully. The cut doesn't behave exactly as intended, creating a reminder that even experienced operators must constantly adapt to changing conditions.
As the trunk becomes more exposed, the crew starts evaluating new strategies. The remaining wood is now significantly heavier and more difficult to control.
A dull chain slows cutting performance dramatically. Even a small loss of sharpness can increase effort, extend cutting time, and reduce efficiency. This section highlights just how challenging it can be to balance safety, positioning, and control while working above structures. While equipment maintenance is underway, the crew takes the opportunity to clear debris and prepare for the final stages of removal. The remaining trunk sections are now large enough that simple handling becomes difficult. Weight shifts inside the lift can affect stability and require constant adjustments. Each piece removed reduces the tree's overall height, but it also changes how the remaining wood reacts during cutting. At this point, teamwork becomes essential. Communication between ground crew and operator helps ensure every movement is coordinated. The final sections are approaching. After hours of careful dismantling, the crew is getting closer to answering the biggest question of the day. Has the tree actually grown into the deck, or will it separate cleanly? The answer determines how much additional work remains. Everything now comes down to this moment. The crew prepares to remove the final section and reveal what has been hidden beneath the deck for years. As the trunk begins to move, the mystery is finally solved. The tree and deck are much more connected than they initially appeared. What seemed like a straightforward removal turned into a fascinating example of how trees and structures can interact over time. This job required patience, planning, and precise execution from start to finish. If you enjoy seeing unique tree removals and challenging problem solving in the field, this project is a perfect example of why no two tree jobs are ever the same.